What's up, y'all? Welcome to the FSM Prep Rally Game of the Week. We are out here round 2 of playoffs at Sloan Canyon for the 4A Southern Division. We had number 1 hosting number 5, Matter East, and in the first half we thought Matter East was really gonna come with a comeback or an upset, but Sloan Canyon proved why they were the number 1 seed all year. Kalani, do you think Matter East peaked too early in this game?
Like you said, Hannah, right from the get-go, they came out with a ton of energy. They showed that, hey, we're here for a reason. It looked like we were going to see what Faith did last week.
Yeah. But
it just seemed once the second half came, Sloan was able to make the adjustments, and they might have used all their trick plays and all their energy so early on, they could never get their second win back, and It showed in the second half. Great effort, but it just seemed like they came out throwing haymakers early on, and they couldn't get to their second win to finish out the game.
Bryce, I want to throw it over you and talk about the bend but don't break mentality of Sloan Canyon. They had a play in the first half where it was offsetting penalties and it kind of ruined their momentum, but they maintained dominance after that. What did you think about that?
You know, looking at the second half of the game, one of the things that they did really good was that they stopped shutting down the run game and they focused on shutting down the pass game. A lot of times, Mater East wanted to throw the ball. They wanted to throw it deep. They wanted to chuck it all over the field. But if you notice, they only scored 1 touchdown in the second half. So shutting down the quarterback and James Monahan IV, making sure he doesn't use his legs to extend the plays, they made sure that they threw it off the rhythm. They took what was a strength for them in the first half, shut it down, and turned it into a weakness for them. And that's why their defense kept dominating.
Well, y'all, those were our thoughts of the game. Tune in for our player of the game. What's up, y'all? We are here at the FSM Prep Rally, and these are our players of the game, each putting up 3 tutties apiece. We got Christian Rhodes and Jermaine Wilson Jr. And Christian, I want to ask, you had these today, right? You had some head taps today. You had 3. So talk about that. Was that personal?
For sure. I mean, they were talking, but, you know, at the end of the day, we're just out here to do our own thing. It's us against us at the end of the day, and you know, it's a team effort, and it goes back to the line, the QBs, what we do in practice. Right. It's been done a couple times. We do it in practice every day, so we're prepared for situations like this, and it's the team, for real. It's the team.
All right, Jermaine, I'm gonna turn it to you. You had just as much tutties in the second half. You really turned it on in that second half. What was that for you?
I mean, it was pretty personal, you know, but you know, it's all a team sport. You know, we're all fired up, you know, but we basically just let the pads talk, you know.
Right.
That's basically what we did.
Christian, I'm going to throw it back over to you. Yeah. You guys are 1 game away from a state championship. So how do you maintain that excellence going into it?
Well, we say that next thing is the most important game, you know, next game, most important game, next practice, most important practice. So we keep that mindset with us the whole time. We got a 24-hour rule. We'll go celebrate this for 24 hours. As soon as Sunday hits, we're back to film. We're back to prepping for our next game. And we've been doing that the whole season, starting the off season. In summer, spring ball, we've been grinding out for the whole time. And you know, this is a young team, but we're coming up, and really, we've been putting in that work. So,
Jermaine, for your coaches and your players, is there anyone you want to shout out or just talk about this team in general as you guys wrap up the season?
I would like to shout out to my O-line. You know, like they really opened it up for me. I kind of took advantage of that, and you know, same thing for my quarterback as well, and same thing for the defense. The defense locked in at the end.
For sure. Yeah. Well, congrats, y'all. Tutties apiece, and I can't wait to see y'all play.
Thank you.
Some legends are told, some turn to dust or to gold, but you will remember me for centuries. Just one mistake is all it will take. We'll go down in history. Remember me for centuries. Remember me for centuries. Mama taught my teenage
And we are here at Franchise for the Prep Rally with our coaches, the assistant coaches on the offensive side, Coach J.D. Alexander, Coach Hughes, 50 points for Sloan. Coach, talk to me about the offensive explosion you guys had in the second half.
Well, really the biggest thing is giving these kids opportunities to just go show what they can do. We got a lot of athletes everywhere, you know what I mean, and just giving them the opportunity and putting them in the right position to be successful is a big part of our job on the offensive side and defensive side, is to just give everything to them, you know what I mean, be selfless to make sure they're able to execute at a high level and they understand what's about to happen on Friday. And then, Friday we just come out and execute, We really win the game Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday because, I believe that we're playing against the best defense every day during the week, and I think they feel the same in terms of our preparation. So I think that's what helps us be successful.
Now, Coach, we saw in the second half, it just opened up. But in the first half, it was back and forth. It was one of the heavyweight slugfests. What's that like when you guys are used to blowing teams out pretty early and you had a dogfight early on? What's the mentality like on the sideline for you guys?
We love it. We love it. We're competitors
Nice.
at the end of the day. So when we get these games, when we're in the fire a little bit, more the merrier. Sign us up for that.
Nice. Now, you guys obviously, you got a quarterback, you got receivers, you got a running back. You guys started off early on. You did some wildcat trying. Was that the game plan to try to punch them in the mouth early on? And when it didn't work, you said, hey, let's just go to passing it 50 times. Talk to me about starting out the game with the wildcat.
Well, we just wanted to set the tone early. We felt that we were going to have to be physical to win this game and win up front. So we're just trying to try to set the tone. But obviously, we hurt ourselves holding in a false start, so that doesn't really help. But, going back to doing what we do best, you know what I mean? This is how we operate. This is the things that we do. So it's just another day that we get to execute.
Now, this is fairly a new program. You guys are a coaching staff that have been together from college. You guys were at another high school previously. Talk about that camaraderie amongst you coaches going from one stop to the next, but the message remains the same.
Yes, it's a brotherhood, okay? This game of football is meant to be played with your brothers. I feel like if you feel like you're a team, a family on the football field, you're going to be successful. So we show it amongst amongst each other, and it leaks it to these kids. So you'll see these guys out here, you see them leaning on each other, depending on each other, and that's what we want.
Just to add to that, I think like he said, we have a brotherhood amongst ourselves as coaches, and we trust each other, right? We don't micromanage each other. We push each other. Gabe's in my ear telling me, hey, you can't score 50, you know what I mean? So we're trying to score 50 every time, you know what I mean? And then, obviously if they put points on the board, our defense is upset. So the standard is so high that we come out here and it shows, it reflects on what we do on Friday, because all of our coaches, they prepare at a high level, a very high level. And I believe we got the best guys in terms of our coaching staff, you know what I mean, across the board, and looking at what they do and how they're able to produce and give the kids opportunities to perform. So I think we do a great job in terms of that and just being brothers, you know what I mean, at the end of the day. It's not about us, it's about the kids, and we're brothers at the end of the day. So we get in arguments. We have the things that every other coaching staff has. Sure. But at the end of the day, we know why we're here, for the kids, and we're brothers.
And I'm not saying this because you guys are getting us the interview, but when we're on the sideline, we see that amongst the players and amongst the staff, even amongst the fan base. The energy is electric. Every time we've been here, it is phenomenal. So what you guys are doing, congrats. Keep it up. You guys have been fun to watch. Thank you guys for everything all season. Best of luck going forward.
Shout out to Franchise. This was the first platform to give us a chance at Lake Mead Christian Academy.
We love you, Franchise.
We love Franchise. They gave us a chance. They came out there, sat in there with the bugs, and now we are where we are, you know what I mean? So shout out to you guys for always supporting us, you know what I mean? Even when we see everything in the media, we always appreciate the support from you guys and the good things you guys have to say about us. So.
Well, thank you, Coach. I believe there's a saying, real recognizes real.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Coach.
And y'all looking real familiar.
Yeah, you look real familiar. Till next time.
Well, Bryce, well, Kalani, we're going into round 3, and it's win or go home. The state championship is on the horizon. What are your final thoughts going into playoffs or this game overall?
I got to tell you, in watching these games out here, you look at some of the rankings of some of these teams, Faith with their record, Modern East kind of being the new kid to the dance, and they are showing we're here for a reason.
Right.
The energy, the excitement, the explosiveness, the aggressiveness. I've been very impressed when watching these games.
Me too.
Sometimes you get the matchups, higher seed versus lower seed. It's a blowout. It's one-sided. These teams out here in Las Vegas are showing no game is going to be easy.
That's right.
Any Friday night, any given time, it can happen. So we thought it was going to happen in the first half here at Sloan, but they proved it worked. But I've been excited to watch these games play out and just how close and how competitive they are.
Kalani said it best. He said any given Friday. Next week, we have Liberty playing Arborview. We have Foothill playing Bishop Gorman. These teams have had 2 weeks of breaks. They've been on bye. They are itching to get back on the gridiron. They're itching to go back into playing. Most importantly, we get to see these top teams go against each other for a lot of times for the first time this year. And so, despite the fact that these teams have also played multiple games, we've seen multiple rounds, we are heading into the biggest matchups of the playoffs. The championship is on the line. Can they bring out their best? And most importantly, how will a team attack Bishop Gorman? Because they haven't allowed a Vegas team to score on them all season. Can Foothill be the one to do it? We'll have to see.
We'll have to see. Well, that was round 2 tonight. I'm Hannah Sarkinia.
I'm Kalani Lua.
And I'm Bryson Dowdy.
Tune into the FSM Prep Rally.